Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Banks Garage. Got the shirts if you're keen. Today we're assembling the 3RZ bottom end. This will probably be a 2, 3, who knows how many piece series on the engine. So starting off, I got the whole engine stripped down. I then took it to the machine shop. It was about 1,600 bucks because I had to get the crank ground as well and not just linished. So I've been wearing makeup. So that was then including them installing the bearings or the replacement bearings for the Balance Shaft Elite kit, which is from LCE, these ones here. So yeah, dropped that off, picked it up 1,600 bucks later. I then got rods. I got them second-hand spool rods, like second-hand but brand new. They're like 600, pistons 1,200, bearings. I ended up having to get an extra set because I stuffed a bearing doing the tolerances, I scratched it. Probably would have been alright, but I was just like, didn't want to risk it. So, you know, they're like 400. What else did I buy? Stuffed up some rings as well, so I had to buy another two sets of rings, 50 each. I've also got the girdle kit here from Chris Tate at RZ Works. I also got the main studs from Chris as well. They come in a kit. So basically I had to order new thrust washers as well because I lost half of the ones that I had. They say it's best to use the ones that you've already got in there because the backlash or whatever you want to call it is set up already. Well, here I'm going to have to check it because I put new ones in. So right now I'll show you where we're up to. There's the tubs as well, you haven't seen them yet. Alright, so block clean the crap out of it 100 million times. We've got, so this was ground 0.25, so all the bearings in here are 0.25, all the mains. Same with the conrods, but we'll get to them later. So basically, put on the bottom bearing, on your journals, nothing on the back, light coat of lube, wherever the lube's gone, I don't know, light coat of lube on it, nothing too thick, nothing too skinny. Then do the same with the main caps. Sit them all on the top, wind these babies in finger tight. So these are the same ones even if you're not using a girdle. There is instructions for the girdle. I need to check the tolerances with everything. I think once it's on, it needs to be 5 thou off the block. So I've got some automotive silicon as well to go on it. So you'll notice with the girdle, I had to usually have like a little sort of square with a top pad on, like a little house looking symbol. On there you have to grind them off with these. So then I've reground every cap with the lines the front and then which one it is. That's 5. Can't see that one. 4, 3, 2, 1. There's your new thrust washers in there. All right, let's set this girdle on and see how we go. So this is the top view now, so everything's on, just finger tight. Surely the wife and the dog are coming out here too, are they? There's the tubs. Here she is. The Queen, Mrs. Banks. Here she is. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
You're live as summer videoing. You're rolling in too on a rollerblades. Front of the engine. I'm just talking up the first round of the engine, 50 Newton meters. I think it's 98. It's a lot higher than I thought with this tiny little torque wrench, but hey, it's not the size, hey Summer, it's what you're throwing it at.
Yeah.
All right, and that is the torque plate and the mains done. I feel like there's meant to be a bit more play with the thrust washer. I can sort of hear it. Might be taking this apart yet. I can sort of hear like it's very quiet, but doesn't seem to be much play back and forth. So where we're at is so torqued up, started all the, lucky I couldn't find the torque settings, and then I just looked it up and Googled it, I started doing it, and then I realized I was looking at head bolts, not mains. So I messaged Chris, thanks so much mate for the quick response. So they go up to 108 Newton meters, or what is it, like 80 foot-pound. So I had started, I went 50 already when I've noticed Newton meters, then I've gone 80, then I've gone 80, then I've gone 108. So they're all good now. We're gonna pack this up. Mrs. is going to get sushi, and we're going to start looking at the rods very soon. Alright guys, we're on the night shift now. Today I assembled the spool rods and the Ross Racing pistons. Everything's all gapped, ready to go. I didn't really show you gapping because of probably boyers, but I just bought this little gapping tool off eBay, believe it or not. It's only like 60 bucks. There's obviously better ones out there, but it's just what I could afford and what I wanted to use. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've checked the tolerances on the bearings, the big end bearings, and we are now assembling. So I've got one in there. So today I checked the tolerances, and then it was getting a bit busy with the kids and stuff like that. So I've just attacked it again tonight. So we're about to do cylinder 1 and torque all that up, then turn it over once. I'm getting all this info from a few mates of mine that are mechanics, so they tell me what to do. So piston in, everything all lubed up, torqued up, rotate the crank and see if you can feel any binding or anything like that. I mean, I guess it's gonna have a little bit of friction on it, more than just the crank itself, but do one at a time. They said if you do all 4, then you feel it, then you know that you're not too sure which one it's gonna be. So if you do one at a time, then you know which one. So let's get on to doing these. Down the bottom seems, real good. Not much pressure on the bores, I guess. Then in the middle, it's quite a bit. At the top again, not too bad. I'm guessing because the crank's at 180 now. Feels alright. I just don't know how tight it should be, I think that's it for the night. Didn't video the whole thing there, but it's just putting pistons in a block. It's not too hard. It was a bit tricky. A few things I had when I was knocking it in, knocking the piston in with, I just got a cheap Tool Pro piston compressor, piston ring compressor. And when I was knocking it in, I was hitting it and the bearing fell out the bottom like twice, 2 different ones. So I had like a bit of a rug underneath it just to stop anything bouncing onto the ground and dirt getting into it. But yeah, we're pretty much there now, so like this is where we're at. Just got a bit of oil in there. I'm just going to smear around the bores, glad wrap it all back up. I'll have to find out what the stuff is I put in the sump. It's like one of my mates got it from me, works on big trucks, and they put in the sump of these big trucks, and I'm going to get started for like 2 years or whatever, or a year where it gets transported somewhere across the world and stuff like that. So that's what I got in there, and it has been keeping it pretty good. I probably need to get straight on to doing the head and stuff now. So I took the head to the local place the other day, but noticed a bit of a pain in the ass, and so I'm going to take it to probably PLR up at Brendale or Burpengary in Brisbane. They do a lot of high performance engines, so I'm going to take it there. I was going like full double springs and like titanium retainers and like hardened keepers and all that stuff, but now I've decided to I'm going to keep the standard retainers and valves and keepers and stuff like that, and just go a Kelford spring and then a Kelford cam. That way we can still get up to around, hopefully like the 650, 700. And nothing too dangerous. Like, they say that these rods, got 1,000 horsepower, but they sort of say, most people are like 800. So I don't want to be right on 800. I think I can get into the 10s, then into a 9s with 650 to 7. So that's the goal at the moment. We'll do that. I want it to be drivable on the street as well. Like, I don't want it to be an absolute dog. The LS was awesome, but it was a bit shit to drive just because maybe it was a V8. It was like blah, 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 all over the shop. But yeah, anyway, that's probably going to wrap up this video, I think. What can I teach you from this? Clean, clean, clean. Bearings are easy. Don't be worried. Wear gloves or a face mask. All right, we'll wrap it up there. See you on the next side for the head probably. All right.